Hello students and welcome back to your math lesson. This is topic 9, lesson 2. In our last lesson, which was the first lesson in the unit, we learned how to count to 1,000 using hundreds. Today we're going to ask a question to start our lesson. Our question is going to be, how can you show and write 3-digit numbers? Now we're going to have some new words today, including the word digit and the word place value chart. So these are things we're going to talk about during our lesson. So once again, our big question is going to be, how can you show and write 3-digit numbers? To talk about this, we're going to bring back our place value blocks. Here are some, and here are some. As you can see, we have place value blocks. When you set up the place value blocks like this, you have a really difficult problem. You want to know what number it shows, but as you can see, they're not organized in any way. We want to be able to organize them so that it's really clear. So as we're going to do that, before we do that, let's ask a question. Let's take a look at this one right over here. What number does this show? Yes, that's right. That shows 100. Let's take a look at this one right over here. What number does this show? That's right, it shows 10, and you can count them just like I did with my finger. What number does this show? That's your unit. That shows a 1. When we organize our hundreds, tens, and ones like this, they're very difficult to count. I mean, as you can see, I've even knocked some of them right off the screen. It's not what we want to do. What we want to do is start setting these up so that they're nice and easy to count. Let's start today with the hundreds. How many hundreds do you see? I see 2 hundreds. Now let's go into the tens. Remember, for now we're just setting these up. Let's just take a look. How many tens do you see? I also see 10. I also see 5 tens. Now, lastly, we're going to take a look at this big old jumble of ones. Let's organize that too. I'm going to use the 10 frame way of organizing. And I think that you'll see that when I organize it like a 10 frame, you can just look at it and tell how many there are. It's not like before when it was all jumbled up. Now all you have to do is take a quick look and you can count like that. How many ones does it look like there are now? Yeah, it looks to me like there are 9 ones also. Now we have a question. Once we know how many hundreds there are, how many tens there are, and how many ones there are, we want to show that in a place value chart. You see, each of these is going to be a digit. We put a digit in the hundreds place, a digit in the tens place, and a digit in the ones place. Now, I drew this place value chart myself because I wanted it to look a lot like the ones that you're going to have in your books, or if you use the Pearson website, on the website. When you go back to school, though, you'll probably have a place value chart that looks a little bit like this. We sometimes use whole papers. I printed one out that even has pictures of the hundreds, tens, and ones that we could use. So place value charts might look a little differently. I'm not really interested in how the place value chart looks. We're really interested in figuring out how to use it. So here's a question. Just take a look at this for now. These are our hundreds. How many hundreds do we have? What are we going to write in the hundreds column of our place value chart? Well, I'm not going to write 200. I don't have 200 hundreds. See, I'm not looking for the value of this. I'm really just looking for how many hundreds I have. I have 100, 2 hundreds. Since I've got 2 hundreds, that's what I'm going to write here. Just 2 hundreds. It already says hundreds. I don't need to write 200 hundreds. That's not going to help me. those over to the side. Take a look over here at the tens. We're back to our tens. How many tens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. Again, 5 tens. I'm not going to write 50. That's the value of 5 tens. But this isn't asking me for the value of the tens. It's asking me how many tens I have, and I can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take a look at our ones, and I'll set them up neatly again so we don't have to count them. We can just take a quick look at them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I have 9 ones. Now, once I know how many hundreds, tens, and ones I have, I should be able to ask you a question. What number does this represent? What's the value of 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 9 ones? Yeah, it is 259. When you set up a place value table and you put in all 3 digits, you can show and write 3-digit numbers. See, we just counted the hundreds, counted the tens, and counted the ones to be able to write the 3-digit number 259. And this is again what I mean by digits. There's the ones place has a digit in it, the tens place has a digit in it, and the hundreds place has a digit in it. So students, I hope this helped. Here are some of the words that we worked on today: digits and place value chart. We'll speak to you again tomorrow when we do lesson 9.3. For now, please do your independent work and have a very good day. Goodbye.